Tuesday, November 12, 2024 meeting is called to order. We will have invocation by myself, and then pledge is going to be led by Councilman Harrington. Can we stand for the prayer and pledge? Let us pray. Oh, dear God, we come before you humbly as we know how, asking for your guidance and your presence here tonight. As there are certain topics on the agenda, we thank you for good, healthy dialogue. We thank you for the proper decision-making to every step we take, everything that we do. It's about moving our city forward in a healthy, safe, prosperous manner. So we thank you, God, for guiding us in that, because we know we cannot do it by ourselves. We give you honor and praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please follow me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, Councilman. Next, we have the reading and approval of the minutes from our most recent meeting on October 28th of 2024.
Mayor, make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of October 28, 2024, and they be adopted and recorded
Second.
with no corrections.
Motion made and seconded. Any comment about this particular motion? Okay, seeing none, Mrs. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. All right, we just have some special recognition. We took a photo of last week, I believe it was, right, Matt? Somebody from Matt Department, Mr. Glenn Seiss Jr. And want Matt an opportunity. We did the Facebook post on last week, but may have some comments about him.
Yeah, just he's all around great guy, very personable, easy to talk to. Doesn't say a whole lot, but been here about a year and just has caught on really well. He's always willing to get in there and get his hands dirty and not want to just stand back and watch. Even when he first came to work for us, he was there ready to get the job done.
Yeah, and I believe he first worked at Public Works.
Correct.
Left to work with a exterminating company, then came back to the city. So good. And so again, we just our opportunity to appreciate the employees and things they do for our residents here. All right. Again, thank you, Matt, for that. We want to next. We've got a special guest, Ms. Karen Terrell, the 2024 Christmas Festival poster. All right.
I was told I need to go to the podium. We are not known to be a quiet people in my family.
Right. And the reason we have you is because the really the audience at home. So yeah. So if you if you could do that and just state your first and last name and just whatever presentation you have.
Thank you. I'm Karen Terrell, president of the Natchitoches Arts Council. And first, let me say thank you to y'all. Public service is a difficult job and often a thankless one. So thank you for your service. This is the 45th year we had the poster, and I was looking back at it, and we've been here for 36 of those years, and we love this place. So thank you so much for your service. Special thank you to Office of Community Development, because we couldn't do this without them. That's where all the posters are, and we've been working with the city for so many years, and we appreciate that. And thank you so much, Shauna. I appreciate it. Mayor, this is your Christmas festival.
All righty.
For the
Awesome.
45th year. She put everything Natchitoches in here that she could. We have a vintage postcard of Natchitoches, an alligator, a pelican, meat pies, the downtown riverbank, the Christmas tree, and of course, Santa Claus. In 5 years, we'll have our 50th Christmas festival poster. So
Big deal.
We're going to think of something
Big deal.
really special to do for that one. I also have your last year's. Somehow it didn't quite make it over there, but I'll get it to your office tomorrow. Thank you so much, and I want to be the first one to say to all of you, Merry Christmas.
Right. Well, could you? could you tell us something about the artist? Where is she from?
She is, and her name just fell out of my head just a second. Don't laugh at me.
Is it on there? Okay.
Catherine Latham is her name. She's from around the Leesville area.
Cool deal.
And she heard about it, and she said it was the first time, she paints, but it was the first time she had done anything like this to enter the contest. And that was exciting to me. She's not young, she's not my age, but she's not young, and she stepped out there and entered, and I was really excited about it. She really did a good job.
All right, well, let's get this picture together. All right. We want to come. Where we come, Tim?
Okay.
I can grab it, Chris.
Thank you.
All right. All right, really nice. Let's do it. Let's go.
Thank you.
Like that?
Like that?
Good? It work?
Right.
You have it straight? You got it straight? Okay.
Yeah, it's nice, you got city seal, all the good stuff.
All right.
Thank you.
You still have room in City Hall?
Make some room.
Filling up, huh?
What
We're all getting full.
Challenging, more challenging than Well, again, thank you, Mrs. Terrell, for heading it up for us, all right? All right, next we've got a proclamation, and it's read by Councilwoman Washington Eli.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 100, 2024, proclamation declaring November the 30th, 2024 as a small business Saturday in the city of Natchitoches. Whereas the government of Natchitoches, Louisiana celebrate our local small business and contribute they make to our local economy and community. And whereas according to the USA Small Business Administration, there are 34.7 million small business in the United States. Small business represent 99.7 of the firm with paid employees. Small business responsible for 61.1 of the net of the jobs created since 1995, and small business employ 45.9 of employees in the private section of the United States. And whereas 68 cents of every dollar spent to small business in the United States stays in the local community, and every dollar spent as a small business creates additional 48 cents in local business activities, results in employees in local business purchase local goods and service. And whereas Natchitoches, Louisiana support the local business, they created job boosts in local economies and preserve the community. And whereas advisor groups as well as public and private organizations across the country have endorsed this Saturday after Thanksgiving, the small business Saturday. Therefore, I, Mayor Ronnie Williams of Natchitoches, Louisiana, hereby proclaim November the 30th of 2024 as Small Business Saturday. And I move to adopt resolution number 100 of 2024.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. We know Black Friday experience, although the dynamic has changed somewhat because of online shopping and things like that, but we certainly want to push this Saturday after Thanksgiving to support our local small businesses here in town. The chamber has a role in that, has some position in that, but also we want to support it as well, and we will through social media and things of that nature. I mean, really good stats that Councilwoman Washington Eli read. One that I really like hearing about every year is when we support small businesses, the amount of money that stays in the local economy, and it says 68 cents of every dollar it stays in the local economy. So that's a really good stat. So again, we'll be pushing it out so that we can support our small businesses here. Any additional comment about this particular proclamation? All right, seeing none, Mrs. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries. Next, we've got we've got 3 ordinances up for final. The first one is handled by Councilwoman at-large Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. This is ordinance number 030 of 2024, which is an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Natchitoches to award the bid for rehabilitation of existing clear well at the water treatment plant. Whereas this resolution was passed by the Natchez City Council on August the 12th, 2024, and advertising for bids for rehabilitation of the existing clear well at the water treatment plant. Bid number 0669. And whereas this ordinance was introduced on October 28 and published in the Natchez Times on November the 2nd, 2024. And I move for adoption of ordinance number 030, 2024.
A second.
Motion made and seconded. Bids, you know how this operates. As she said, we had a committee of folks who reviewed the bid, and, you know, we took the lower bid there. So anything you want to say, Matt? Anything else to say?
No, I can answer any questions, but this is just going to be a total, actually redo of that tank. If you look around the top of the tank, you can see those dimples. Those are not supposed to be there. So that indicates a failure of the foundation of that tank. So we're going to work on the foundation, and we're going to replace the whole top of that tank also. So it's a pretty big undertaking. But the sidewalls of the tank and all that will be reused.
Okay. Yep. Any questions for Matt?
Where we getting this money from?
This was a combination of things. We had money in the budget, and we put in the budget last year that we rolled over to this year. And then we had $300,000 of this money came from,
I don't know if it's exactly capital outlay, but it came from state dollars.
Yes.
Yeah.
so a combination of in-house funds and state funds.
Okay.
Okay. All right, any additional comments or questions here? And again, I know I said this before, but I think it's worth saying again, Matt put a lot of emphasis on really getting this project moving, and it's moving now, right? All right, seeing none, Mrs. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, thank you, council. That motion carries. Next item on the agenda, again, like I said, it's also for final, and it's read by Councilman PT.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll read in title only, being that this was introduced previously. Ordinance number 031, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Natchitoches to award the bid to replace airfield signage and lights at the Natchitoches Regional Airport State Project number H015676, and I move to adopt this ordinance.
Second.
Motion made and second. Motion made and seconded. This is really just routine business. And I know we discussed it on last week, routine business with the signage and lights. And I think we also said it's fully paid for by, I don't remember if it's state or federal, but fully paid by either state or federal. All right, and Ed wasn't able to be here tonight as well. Any comments you might have about this, council? Questions? All righty. Any other comments, questions? All right, seeing none, Mrs. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. Last ordinance for final, then we have 3 for introduction. It's read by Councilman Harrington.
This is ordinance 32 of 2024, an ordinance approving a cooperative endeavor agreement and indemnification, defense, and hold harmless agreement with the Cane River Waterway District and the Cane River National Heritage Area to provide for the development and construction of improvements on downtown East Bank seawall, authorizing the mayor, Ronnie Williams Jr., to execute the cooperative endeavor agreement on behalf of the city of Natchitoches. I'll read by title only as it was previously introduced.
I second.
All right, so I think we've got the image up here, and I think it kind of speaks for itself. This is a CEA with the Cane River Waterway. As I know, we own a portion of it, so we have to have a CEA with them to get it done, but it's totally Cane River Waterway Commission funding that's going to address this particular issue. As I mentioned a couple weeks ago, it was a drought that a lot of people started to notice it, and so, again, Cane River Waterway Commission has been a really good partner. Another point of emphasis, which I've stated previously, but I think worth stating again, their funding is along the Cane River, so can't take it and use it somewhere else, so I think it's a good project to do. Any comments or questions about this, council? Yeah, I think it makes sense. It's one of those things you call a no-brainer. Any other comments from the audience or anything? All right, seeing none, Mrs. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. Thank you, council. These next three, y'all, are just for introduction, so there may be, some comment, or if there needs to be some clarity, certainly, please reach out, email, phone, visit who you need to on that. But this first one that's for introduction is read by Councilman Nielsen.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 34 of 2024, ordinance approving a memorandum of cooperative endeavor between the City of Natchitoches, the Red River Waterway Commission, and the Natchitoches Convention and Visitors Bureau to promote the use of the Red River for the King Cat fishing tournament. Whereas the City of Natchitoches, the Red River Waterway Commission, and the Natchitoches Convention and Visitors Bureau are desirous of hosting the King Cat fishing tournament to be held on the Red River on July 11 and 12 of 2025, and has proposed that the city enter into an agreement titled Memorandum of Cooperative Endeavor between Red River Waterway Commission and City of Natchitoches and Natchitoches Convention and Visitors Bureau, a copy of which is attached hereto. And whereas further, the King Cat fishing tournament will draw fishermen, their families, and fans to the city and parish of Natchitoches for the tournament. And whereas further, the tournament will have a strong economic impact on the Natchitoches community, benefiting local merchants, providers of services, and increasing tax revenues to the city and parish of Natchitoches. And whereas further, the tournament will provide publicity to the city of Natchitoches, Louisiana, promoting the city of Natchitoches as a destination for tourism as well as recreation. And whereas further, having reviewed the attached agreement and being of the opinion that the tournament will have a positive effect and will benefit the city of Natchitoches, the City Council of the City of Natchitoches desires to authorize the mayor to execute the agreement on behalf of the city. And now, therefore, be it ordained that the City Council of the City of Natchitoches, in legal session convened, does hereby authorize, empower, and direct the Honorable Ronnie Williams, Jr., Mayor, to execute the agreement between the City of Natchitoches, the Waterway Commission, and the CVB within the city, wherein the city agrees to host the King Cat fishing tournament in Natchitoches Parish to be held July 11th and 12th, 2025, and further agrees to those obligations set forth in the attached agreement. And this is ordinance number 34 for introduction.
All right, introduction, there's normally a dollar amount. Anybody catch the dollar amount in it? 30,000?
30,000.
Okay, good, 30,000. So again, this is just to promote that event on, which takes place on the Red River. So it's a win-win for us to give that advertisement and get people in the town. So I think it's good. Any comment or question about this? I think this is maybe like the third year we've done it. Yeah, like the third year we've done something like that, right, Ms. Stacy? Yeah. So,
And this is to be provided to the city.
right. So I think what happens, I think Red River gives money to CVB to advertise it.
Yes.
To help to bring people in. Yeah, and so the city gets benefits on, your hotels and your restaurants and stuff like that. And then we're not spending any money on advertising, so it's a good thing. All right, like I said, it'll be up for a vote at our next meeting, which is on the 25th. All right, 25th. Okay, Councilwoman Washington Eli is the next piece that's going to be introduced.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 35 of 2024, an ordinance approving the grant of the right of pipeline servitude or the easement in the favor of Adventist Energy Corporation over and across the property owned by the city of Natchitoches and located by Section 84, Township North, Range 6 West of Natchitoches Parish, Louisiana, approving by the form of the pipeline servitude and the easement, and further authorize the mayor to execute the pipeline servitude and easement and any other related documents, and further provided for advertisement. And basically, the whole thing is saying the same thing in an attachment. The city of Natchitoches desire to authorize the mayor of the city of Natchitoches, Ronnie Williams, to execute a proposal for the pipeline servitude and easement attachment hereto Exhibit A, and further take any step necessary to prepare for the proposal. So this is basically for introduction only.
Matt, is this something you can speak to? Is it not your piece?
No, I'm not really familiar with that,
Okay.
but I'm guessing they're just asking for an easement for a gas pipeline. You know, I know they're replacing that high-pressure gas pipeline around the bypass.
Okay.
Mayor Williams, Ed did elaborate on this. He said they're okay with it. The airport is, they just need a right-of-way and easement to put in a new pipeline for the residents, for the customers.
Okay.
So-
This is a part of, do you know if this is part of the work they're doing or something
That I don't
totally separate?
know.
That's not your?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. We're good. Okay, and Ed said it's fine? All right. So look, if we've got questions, any more detailed questions, seems like this is something, I mean, obviously it's at the airport, so that's under Ed's leadership. So y'all have any questions, please direct them to Ed. Last one for introduction is read by Councilwoman at-large Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. This is ordinance number 036 of 2024, which is an ordinance revoking the dedication of a portion of Trudeau Street and a portion of Two Line Street, which are situated in sections 44 and 48, Township 9 North, Range 7 West, City and Parish of Natchitoches, declaring that the said portion of Trudeau Street and the said portion of Two Line Street are abandoned and the dedications are revoked, providing for an effective date of the ordinance and savings clause. Whereas an application has been made to the City of Natchitoches by Watkins and Eager, PLLC, on behalf of the Natchitoches Thomas Apartments, requesting the revocation of the dedication of a portion of a street known as Trudeau Street and a portion of a street known as Two Line Street, but limited to the portions of Trudeau Street and Two Line Street, as shown on a survey captioned Thomas Apartment Street Closure and Abandonments and Dedications prepared by Matthew Caraway. Whereas further, the city has made an examination of the matter and has determined that the portion of Trudeau Street depicted in crosshatch but not in dark line is not used by the public, has not been used by the public for many years, and is not needed by the public for any public purpose. And whereas further, the city has made an examination of the matter and has determined that the portion of Two Line Street depicted in crosshatch but not in dark line is not used by the public, has not been used by the public for many years, and is not needed by the public for any public purpose. Whereas further, the city council is of the opinion that the property will not be needed for any public purposes in the foreseeable future. Whereas further, the rights of way which will be abandoned are of no value to anyone except the adjoining property owner. And this is for introduction only.
Chantrell, can you provide more?
Right, so the survey plat that you're looking at right now has been updated. I've had the city engineer, Mr. Nick Verrett, and the architect or the developer for this project to actually communicate. The right-of-ways, they're not going to include in this ordinance. They're going to leave them as they are. And Howell Street has been removed from the new plat. I don't know, Ms. Stacy, were we able to get the new plat to everyone or not?
Yes, they have a copy.
Okay, so you
Everybody
have
has a copy.
Right. So all we're actually doing on this ordinance, the streets, Two Line and Trudeau, they are indeed abandoned. They were built underneath or before Natchitoches Thomas Apartments were created. The developer felt that to be legally in compliance, that we needed to revoke those streets that are abandoned since they're not going to be used.
This is associated with the
The
massive
Natchitoches
remodel project that's
right.
coming to the Natchitoches Thomas Apartments, which I think we talked about when Busada was here last week, 2 weeks ago, which we originally thought it was just 17, but it's
18,
almost double that. So,
36.
what's that? I'm
I
sorry.
think, what was 36?
Claire, how much is it?
Well, the instruction.
Can we get you to come to the microphone? Yeah. We'll get you to state your first and last name. Again, we're excited about this project.
Yes, Claire Primus. And the Natchitoches Thomas project, the construction loan is 17.5, but with additional fees and everything, it's gone up to about 32 million. So I said 17, I mean, yeah, so it's about $32 million. So we're excited about this project. This is going to change the trajectory of West Natchitoches. So
It is.
we've been working on it for a couple of years and really appreciate y'all's help and continued help. So, yeah.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Questions?
Any questions for Claire?
I just can't wait for it to get.
Well, hopefully, everything will be closed by the end of the year. And with y'all's help, I keep saying that, we will start in the beginning of 2025.
Awesome.
That's going to be great.
Yes.
Oh, my God. It's going to be beautiful, too.
It's gonna be good for West Side.
Yes, it
Yep.
is.
Definitely good.
Yes.
And look, I kind of heard Eddie and PT over here talking, so I think, and I think you said it too, Chantrell, this is really just about cleanup, right?
Correct.
It's about cleaning some things up.
Clean up.
Okay, right, I agree with that.
Yeah, I was trying to find this street. I'm like, it ain't
Yeah.
got no street right
We were
there.
both looking at
but
a map on the
that's
phone,
what
like, what's
happened.
the streets don't actually exist, they're just
Yeah.
cleaning up the records. Yeah.
Correct.
Makes sense. It's time to clean it up.
Well,
That's good.
well, congratulations to you, man. This is really dynamic. It's gonna mean a lot
Yes.
for many years to come. All right, again, that's just for introduction. Any questions, anything like that come, please reach out. And then we have two resolutions. The first one is read by Councilman PT.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 098 of 2024, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute change order number 3 to the contract between the City of Natchitoches and Martin Metal Construction, Love Louisiana Outdoors Project, Professor F.M. Richardson Park Improvements. Whereas the City of Natchitoches awarded the bid to Martin Metal Construction LLC on January 8, 2024 by ordinance number 074 of 2023 in the amount of $571,774 for Love Louisiana Outdoors Project, Professor F.M. Richardson Park Improvements. Whereas on May 13, 2024, the City Council approved change order number 1 in the amount of $33,650, making the revised contract total $605,424. And whereas on July 22nd of 2024, the City Council approved change order number 2 in the amount of $10,439, making the revised contract total $615,863. And whereas on contractual issue change order number 3, fully described in attachment A, whereas the contract sum will be increased by this change order number 3 in the amount of $2,000. And the revised contract total will be $617,863. Mayor, I so move to adopt resolution number 098.
Second.
All right, motion made and seconded. This project has been, happy to see where it is now. Of course, the next piece, resolution that's on is substantial completion. And this is just a picture of what you see, some of the improvements. This is the inclusive play set, the first one in the city, but certainly not the last one that we want to have. So what it is that somebody who may be a wheelchair user can have some engagement and some fun on this particular, this particular equipment. So it's really good and, very positive. You see the pavilion in the back. The restrooms, I really wanted to get images of. I do have images, but I just failed to put them on there, but they have been nicely renovated. So this has been a really good project for us, even though the cost has ticked up a little bit. Even with this resolution, it's ticked up about $2,000. There's $1,700 for new gravel that's included in this change order, and then about $300 for boats and things for the restroom. So small compared to what we've done before, but remember, this is largely funded by a $400,000 grant. Love Louisiana Outdoors. Ms. Gray wrote it for us, and so we're grateful for that. And we're just excited, looking forward to when we can, I know we're at substantial completion, but when, Kevin, any word on when we could do the, I don't know if we call it grand reopening?
Well, we've ordered some new picnic tables and trash cans, aside from the grant, it's just out of pocket. They were supposed to have been delivered this past Friday, but the company that was delivering them wouldn't deliver them on Friday because he was dealing with possible weather situation in South Louisiana. They're coming this Friday. It's just a matter of my guys putting them together and getting them in place in the park, and then, to my knowledge, that will be the last thing that's needed before we could possibly do a dedication.
Yep. And when
So,
you see it, I mean,
quickly.
you got the lamp posts, little light posts that
Yes,
that are
and-
decorative, they're green. It really gives it a good little
And they all
little
have
feel.
the ability, each light pole has a pigtail that you can place in it that has a power source that is not visible. You can put the little pigtail back into the cover and out of sight, out of mind, but if somebody needs it for a Jupiter jump or something like that, you've got a plug-in source at all the light poles, which are really nice. The poles are, and all the utilities are buried. It's just, it's a much improved park. Much improved.
Right. And our funding, our social funding is yet continuing as we are looking to improve other parks. So yeah, this is one where we are, but also we want to look at some of those others as well wherever we need it. So really good. Councilman PT, this is your district, so you got it.
I had a chance to go walk the grounds, and the park is just, I mean, it's really nice. And I was thinking, probably about 5 years ago, I think I got with Matt, and I was like, Matt, we need to try to get an electric pole up here with some power and a light. And we went from that to 10 times, 20 times the improvement, and that was just me trying to figure out what can we do to enhance the park. Mm-hmm. And we arrived to this, and it's just great for the area, and they really appreciate it. Yeah, the efforts on it.
That was one of the parks that had very low use, and I looked for it to jump up to one of the most used.
Right.
And I was sitting here thinking to myself, it would have been nice to have a before picture.
Yeah.
Because this is just
It was
fabulous.
really
I guess he's saying in the presentation. I agree.
Well,
Yeah, I guess he's saying in the presentation. Yeah.
one thing is the grounds, the grass, obviously got skin up a little bit in the process, and it's going to even look better this spring when everything greens up and has a chance to grow together and cover up those kind of bald spots, I guess you'd say, but it's
Great
right
job.
here. It's wonderful. So,
Yeah, it was never kept up back there from one reason. It really wasn't. It was not kept well by the city at all. So, it was neglected, I put it that way, so.
And this is something that I can remember 8 years ago when I first joined the council, and Dale's been on longer than me. This is something that Sylvia Morrow
She did, she
was fighting for.
Fighting for.
She was fighting for it all the time. I remember
Was.
that. And so it's finally happening.
Yeah.
Happened, yeah.
No, it's good, really good. It's just indicative of the teamwork from what the community was saying, PT's thoughts and passion to the grant that we were able to secure. So again, it's really indicative of teamwork and so many more things we could accomplish if we just work together and continue to do it. But we got a motion and a second. All right, any other comment? Mr. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
He-Tee.
Yes.
Motion carries. The next piece is pretty standard with every project we have, which is substantial completion, and it's talking about the Professor F.M. Richardson Park. And we certainly want to get to everybody very soon. Hopefully, at the beginning of December, if we can't do it before November is out, we can have that grand reopening. But this one is read by Councilman Harrington.
Resolution 99 of 2024, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a certificate of substantial completion to the contract between the City of Natchitoches and Martin Metal Construction for Love Louisiana Outdoors Project, Professor F.M. Richardson Park improvements. And whereas this work has now been completed, and whereas a substantial completion inspection has been performed by the engineer and a representative of the City of Natchitoches, and they find the project to be complete. I move to adopt Resolution 99 of 2024.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. This is just another angle, if you look at the screen of the park, the bench that's there, and that's what Kevin was talking about. The equipment that's coming is for the pavilion, I think you're saying, right, Kevin?
Yes.
For the pavilion. I think you see the barbecue pit is brand spanking new. Make sure I'm the first one to use it, Kevin. I want to break it in. All right. And then parking is what was crucial here. So included in the grant was parking on the Lake Street side, and then also on, I think that's Swanee, right? Got some parking on Swanee as well. What's not included in the grant, but we did budget for, is the basketball court. So we'll be working on that once we get through grand reopening. So we'll provide some updates on that. Okay. All right. Any comment?
Yeah, I would like to make one comment, and I would hope, Councilman PT, if you would maybe consider, once this is finished, completed, maybe do a dedication of the park in honor of Ms. Morrow, who's really worked diligently and hard to fighting for that park for many, many, many years. You know, she was fought down every step of the way for it. But I hope you would consider maybe doing a dedication of the park in her honor.
Most certainly, I agree.
And I certainly think with community input, that's something we could think of that would be worthy of the work that she's done.
Completing on her behalf.
Maybe a sign there says
A sign,
on
yeah,
signage, so-
dedicated in
Yeah, memory of her or something.
dedication in memory of, or in honor of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, any additional comment? All right, seeing none, Mr. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
He-Tee.
Yes.
All right, thank you, council. We're back on track with our meetings being on Monday. Obviously, yesterday was Veterans Day, and we certainly, everybody should appreciate their veterans. I've got some who are very close to me, one of them being my best friend, another one being my brother-in-law, who's still serving in the military. He's currently, we're not in Ukraine in terms of the, U.S. soldiers, but he's in Poland right now. So we're certainly thankful for his service and everybody's service who have done that for us. So we have one day we do it, but it's really, you can't get it done in one day. You got to continue to appreciate your veterans every day. Regroup, we always encourage people to download that for any emergencies we might have. So I know we used it on last week at some point. The Go Natchitoches app, lots of things going on at this time of year, so a lot of great events. I'll have that with you so you know what's going on in your city. I think we have a few more. Farmers Market, Holly Jolly Day. We don't have too many more. Last week was canceled because of the weather. How many more do we have, Shauna? This is the last one. So if you want to, get some of that, some greens and some of these other things that people have, I basically bought everything Claire bought about 2 weeks ago. I had some vegan soup, some greens, but I had a little jelly too, so I don't know if you got that. You probably didn't have that, but certainly it's good to be a part of, and we're hoping for good weather on Saturday. So, support those merchants down there. And again, I think you'll see some benefit in it. Coach D's Closet, she's a great person in terms of giving back to the community. So this is the winter edition, November 16th, 11 to 2 p.m. So they're giving away winter clothing, shoes, there will be entertainment, there'll be music and snacks. And so it's going to be at the Ben Johnson Park, all right? So really cool. All right, winter accessory drive. This is for gloves, scarves, socks, hats, as we're getting ready for cooler weather. The deadline is November 19th, and the drop-off is at any Bank of Montgomery in Natchitoches. Okay, so this is good. I guess this is led by Bank of Montgomery. Well, it looked like two people, two entities, I guess. Cane River National Area and Bank of Montgomery. Mary motion picture. This is at the library. Is that right? Yeah, it's the library. Putting this on. So it's going to be held at City Park, but I think it's put on by the library, and it's on November 22nd. All right. So they're showing a picture. Yeah, they're showing a picture. They're showing a movie, I should say. A picture. That's like my grandma would say that. But they're showing a movie. Let me get back to the 21st century. All right. But bring your own chair, your blanket. So that's really cool. Free concessions provided by Friends of the Library. So that's a unique event, I think. Festivities begin November 23rd. This is turn on the holiday season. Tickets on sale now. So whatever you can do, push it on your social media. Again, we don't want to just take for granted that it's a built-in, everybody knows about everything, but, and they're going to have 2 drone shows, I believe, again this year. 2 drone shows. So that Natchitoches Christmas site is really good if you want to know when the drone shows are going to be, when they're going to be taking place. I think the first one might be on the 23rd. I don't know. Is it on the 23rd? The first one? Okay. And then they have another one as well. All righty. Light the Way. This is one that's becoming pretty standard and custom. Sunday the 24th, 5 to 7 p.m. So I think it's a cool run. Hopefully we can get the council to participate in the run and actually run this year, right? Oh, you did, yeah.
I was just going to
My
say the same thing
my
too.
finger, you know, everybody else think but it's a cool one, I think, to do.
I'm staying out
All right,
of
they got
my
a
meat.
DJ, costume contest, so they make it fun with some exercise, and I know Claire will be proud of me for doing that, all right?
Claire's going to run.
Oh, yeah, she'll do it. All right, so the Florida League Christmas Craft Market, this is happening, not this Saturday, but the next, 9 a.m. to 4:30. This is one that's become, I mean, it's 20 years they've been doing it. This is put on by the Guy Force, isn't that right, Dale? Is this the one? Yes. Yeah, this is one put on by the Guy Force at the event center. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is theirs. Yep, so again, that's always, it brings a lot of people in town, then they just roll over and do the, do the fireworks, do the other Christmas things while they're here. So it's a pretty well-attended event for us. That's the end of it?
One more.
Okay. Yeah, I had someone send it in, send us one there. Okay, holiday cleanup. Holiday cleanup. Miss Merry Christmas and the Christmas Bells. November the 16th. So they're gonna do a cleanup. That's pretty cool.
This
Okay.
is Saturday.
So, they do their parades and they do their little pageantry stuff, but they also getting their hands dirty. So let us, if you're able to, participate from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. On the riverbank. Just, I think we keep it pretty clean though, but there might be something. There might be a little something there, to pick up if you look hard. But no, I do appreciate them doing this because they're trying to just, say we want to do some community service and do some giving back. We will have Miss Merry Christmas and the Christmas Bells and those other little ones. I think Matt, your granddaughter's doing it again. Those other little Christmas angels. So they're going to be here with us at our next meeting. Okay, so make sure we do that. That's all of our announcements, Steve. All right, a lot to take in. So again, that Go Natchitoches app is going to let you know what we have going on. At this time, we'll hear a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Then we adjourn.
All right, we got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. All right, meeting is adjourned. Have a good night, folks.
Matt?